This is called a Procut Sawmill chainsaw mill. So if you go to procutsawmills.com, you can see more pictures of these. It's like an Alaskan. A few mistakes I did. I've had this for 5 years. It's been working. So you could call it a mistake, I guess. But this, I used 3/4 Acme thread rod. Should have used 1 inch. I figure it would have been stiffer then. You wouldn't get as much wobble. I don't get very much wobble now unless you're using the throttle wrong or the rakers are, like sharpened down too far, but yeah, it'll help going with 1 inch. It's just more expensive. These wheels, just some crappy bearing wheels I got. You're going to want to get something that's made to ride on angle, something wider, something that's got nicer bearings in it. Move these plates over wider. I mean, I didn't buy the plans. I looked at the pictures and built the thing. So, but you do need a plate going over these wheels to keep dust out of your wheels. And you could also put a cable in there that rubs on the wheel as it moves, cleaning the wheel as it moves. You could do that with a bolt and a cable. If you can line it up with the wheel somehow, or get the bolt going through here and the cable inside of this tube or something, it could go pop out right here and go into those wheels, and you just bolt it in. So I would design it to roll. This one rolls fine. Once it's in the cut, it stays pretty straight, and it gets very smooth results. A lot better than the bandsaw mills sometimes. But it can be rough. You can get a rough result. I could run it this way, the opposite direction, instead of that way, and get a rough cut. It's just how I welded my bite down plate right here. You can see this is called a bite down plate, I guess. So it's just got a block of steel right there that bites onto the bar, and a little block right here welded on that bites onto the bar. You got to keep it out of the way of this roller. Always make sure your roller's rolling, before you start going, because you don't want heat build up right there. I'm running a 660 on this, and I got a 661C for backup if I need it. But you could do this with an 880. You could go 5 foot wide, which I would recommend. I would highly recommend doing that. Use a skip tooth chain like that. Skip tooth 10-degree ripping chain from Archer, a company in Australia. The Steel's got a ripping chain. Oregon's got a ripping chain. Woodland Pro has a ripping chain. Oregon. I mean, did I already say that? Granberg sells ripping chain. The people that make the Alaskan mill attachment. But the benefit of having this is that when you get another mill, you already got your log hauling trailer. That's the benefit of having this first. You don't have to make one of these if you don't want to. If you're just buying a mill, you can make a log hauling trailer just like this. So I got some supports right here that let the logs roll off without hitting the tires, so you don't warp your rims up. I've got plates. I've got 8 of them, but I'm only using 3 right now. And this later, I don't have it attached because I'm going to actually make it a plate where it bolts down so I can disconnect it. I'm going to make this bolt down. Right now it's welded on for like the 3rd time because I moved the shed with this trailer too. So I've cut that off a couple times and re-welded it back. This L shape on the winch goes all the way underneath the trailer, and it's held in by these bolts. 4 bolts over there, 2 bolts over there, 2 bolts over here. And that's what gives it so much strength. It's not welded to the trailer, so it won't twist that side wall. Remember right there. And mine's 5x15 because they come in 20-foot sticks. So what I got them to do was make a couple cuts while I was there at the yard to pick up the steel and another trailer to make this thing. So they cut those center members, they cut those in half for me at 10 foot. I brought them back, cut them at 5 or whatever they were. And then these were 20'6". The 2x6 C-channel was 20'6". So I just cut off 5, so that gave me a 15-foot by 5-foot trailer. And I've only got a 3,500-pound winch on here, and it pulls up 7,000-pound logs, 8,000-pound logs. So with a little battery. So there it is. It was an RV. Those are RV axles. Cut off an RV. That's an RV tongue. The top part was built out of the slide out, pop out for the RV. That's where that steel came from. Except for that angle up top that I put the curve on, you know. That was some big angle my friend found out in the woods. So that I could have it. It was like a 15-foot long stick. So, you know, you do what you can. You throw together how you can. These hooks here is where you put the straps at. That's where you put the toe straps at. One there, one side there, and it goes across in a V pattern. And then your cable comes down. It goes over the log, under it, hooks onto the strap. That way it rolls it right up on some ramps. And I just sit pine on there. I actually use these ramps right here that I use on my other sawmill. They're like 8-foot, 4x6s with some bark on top for grip. And they sit on the mill in them notches right here. But I just use those. Works fine. All right, that's the Procut sawmill. Been working for years now. Been sitting out in the rain for years. I just keep the Acme thread greased, and that's it. Oh, these are called pillow block bearings. If you don't know what those are called, these sprockets actually came out of an Escalade motor. They were timing sprockets. You can use just whatever sprocket you want. And I just welded them onto Acme thread nuts. Pretty sure. No, maybe I just put them on there. I think the bottom one's welded. Let me see. No, I think I drilled a hole in it and put a cotter pin in it or something. So there's the handle. Two Acme thread nuts, ground down, cotter pins in it, a piece of steel, and a bolt. So, and you just crank it, man. It just cranks right up and down. I think every turn is 1/8 inch. I stop it right there and put this bungee cord over it. I'll show you. I'll put this bungee cord over it, and it goes in this hole right there. They lock in like that, and it just holds my handle. That's it. All right. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Like this video if you can. It really helps me out. Thank you.